Hey, what's up, champions? Gediminas here. Hope you guys are doing fantastically well. Welcome to Financial Freedom TV. And today I wanted to talk about closing, free secrets for you to get to close more sales and more business partners into your business. So if you're watching a replay of this video, please do me a massive favor and stick hashtag replay into the comments. If you're brand new, if you're watching one of my videos for the first time, I'd really appreciate if you said new in the comments. Would love to say hi to you and welcome you to the tribe. And of course, if you do get value from this video, if you think somebody else might find it useful, do feel free to share this video or maybe tag those people into the comments below. So let's talk about closing. What is closing? Well, at the end of the conversation with a potential business partner or potential client, right? Let's call it a prospect, right? At the end of the conversation with that person, you will need to get a decision. That's the closing time. So it doesn't matter whether you're speaking to somebody face to face at the supermarket, whether you calling your friend over the phone, or you texting somebody or messaging somebody on Messenger, on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. At the end of that conversation, you're going to need to get a decision from that person. Now, before we even get to the three secrets, you do understand that you have to get the decision from the person because I didn't understand it. I still remember to this day, at the very beginning of our network marketing journey, we had this lady come into our sponsor's house. They did an incredible presentation and she loved the business. She loved the concept. She loved the products and everything, right? And we let her go home. Then a couple of days later, maybe a week later, we invite her to the presentation in our area, like local presentation. Again, we do the whole presentation. She loves the presentation. She loves the products, loves the business, everything, right? And again, we say, okay, we'll see you later, right? We let her go home. Then maybe a couple of days later, we invite her to a big presentation in London, right? So we take her with us all the way to London. We drive with a car. We take her from her home. We go to this presentation. Again, incredible presentation, all the products. And she loves it all, right? We get in a car and we're driving back to Luton from London, and she's on the back seat. My wife Rita next to me, I'm driving, and she goes, guys, so are you going to invite me to join this business or not? We were so terrified of having a no, of hearing a no. We were so terrified of getting rejected that we would have been driving her to the presentation for the rest of our life, just so that we wouldn't have to pop the question, just so we wouldn't have to get rejected, right? So you do need to get the decision from the person. Whether it's a yes or it's a no, regardless, you need to get the decision from the person. Because if you not, then hey, they're not joining your business, right? So you need to, at some point, you need to get the decision from the person. So what's going to help you? Three things. Number one, secret to closing, if you can call it a secret, right? A tip for closing more simply is numbers. You need to be speaking to more people. If you don't speak to enough people, if you're not talking to anybody, then guess what? You're not closing anybody. You're not signing up anybody. You're not selling to anybody, right? So in order for you to increase amount of sales, increase amount of team members, you need to increase the number of people that you talk to, right? Because if you're talking to 3 people a week, it's just simply not enough. You're simply not giving yourself a chance to make a sale. You're simply not giving yourself a chance to recruit somebody because it's such a small chance that out of 3 people, somebody will join. But if you speak to 30 people, if you speak to 50 people, if you speak to 100 people, if you speak to 300 people over the course of the week, then guess what? The chances of getting a customer, the chances of recruiting somebody are increasing quite dramatically, right? Because you simply increase the numbers, right? So closing is not about manipulating people. Closing is not about forcing people into the business, anything like that. None of that, right? Closing should be a natural process of you following up with the person, right? So number one is numbers. You just have to speak to more people, right? The answer to most problems in business is speak to most people. Oh, somebody canceled an order. Speak to more people. Oh, somebody didn't join my business. Speak to more people, right? The more people you speak to, the more results you're going to get. So that's number one. Number two is posture. Now, I'm not talking about sitting straight and keeping your back straight, that type of posture. I'm talking about psychological posture, right? It's how you carry yourself in your business. Now, my mentor, Ray Higdon, he describes posture as a belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. the belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. You see, I meet a lot of people in network marketing who are gonna do this business, gonna do incredibly, gonna reach the results, etc. As long as everybody is supporting them, as long as they don't get any criticism and any haters. And the first sign of any problems, the first sign of any challenge, they are gone. They are gone. They're never going to do this business ever again, right? Because they are too weak. You have to be strong. You have to have a posture where no matter what somebody says, that's not going to shake you out of position in your business. You are so confident about your product, you're so confident about your business, you're so confident about this industry that no matter what somebody says, no matter what remark you get, no matter what hateful comment you receive or whatever, that's not going to change anything for you. You're going to stay true. You're going to stay the course, right? So that's number two. You have to have a posture, because if you have the strong posture, you're going to close more. More people will join you. But if you are desperate, if you are begging, if you are crying, then you're dead. Like, people are going to run away from you as fast as they can. There's no way you're going to build a big business like that. And then number three is understanding the positioning of the prospect. Understanding the positioning of the prospect. Very often, people try to close the sale when there's no sale to be closed yet, because they are too early. They're trying to skip steps, right? So this is where sometimes you get a message from somebody, first message from somebody, they say, hey, join my business. Here's my registration link. Here is my website. Join my... Like, we haven't had a conversation yet. You don't even know if I'm interested or open, and you're already sending me a sign-up link. You're already trying to close me, and you haven't even asked if I'm interested. You haven't even asked if I'm open to hearing about it. That means you don't understand the positioning of your prospect, right? So there are positions, right? Like, person doesn't know anything about it. They are open to hearing about it. They're ready to join. There are different positions, right? So if you're trying to do the business out of position, if you're trying to close somebody who you don't even know if they're open yet, you ain't going to close them, right? So first you need to find out if that person is open, then send them the information, and only then you can sell to them, or then you can put them into your team. You can't do it vice versa, right? You can't get it out of order, right? Like one of the leaders I remember said, you know, if you're going to get it out of order in your business, you're going to have problems. It's the same way, imagine how if you went to the toilet and you got that out of order, like you went to the toilet before you took your trousers off, right? There would be a problem, right? Same way in the business. If you get things out of order, if you're not doing it in sequence, if you're trying to skip steps, then very often you're not going to get the result, because you're trying to close somebody who is not yet closable, right? You're trying to get a decision from somebody who you haven't yet given the information. It doesn't work like that, does it? You have to follow the steps, right? So understanding this positioning of the prospect, again, will help you to close more sales, because you'll know exactly where the person is. And by the things they say and by the information they received, you'll know that, okay, this person is now ready to buy. This person is now ready to join because I took them through the steps. But if you try to skip the steps, then very often you don't get the result. You know, the example my mentor Ray Higdon often gives, he says, look, imagine if you went into a bar, if a guy went into a bar and he sees a woman sitting by the bar, right? And he goes to her and goes, hey, I have a room upstairs. Right? That wouldn't really close the sale, would it? Because he hasn't spoken to her yet and he's already inviting her to the room. It wouldn't work like that, right? First, maybe you should approach her and say, hey, are you with somebody? Could I buy you a drink? Right? Maybe you would start from there, right? And then eventually you might get to that, right? But you don't skip steps, because otherwise you're going to get a slap in the face, right? So same way in business. Don't try to marry somebody who you haven't spoken to yet, right? First, do the necessary steps. So if you have those 3 steps, if you do enough numbers, if you have the right posture, and if you understand the positioning of the prospect, you will close a lot more sales. And don't be afraid of the no. No is okay. Yes is great. No is okay. Maybe is the horrible one, because then you don't know where you stand. So don't be afraid. Don't be worried. What if they say no? Fine. If they say no, it means not right now. It doesn't mean no forever. It doesn't mean no ever, right? It just means not right now. It's okay. If somebody says no, just say, hey, that's no problem at all. May I keep in touch with you? Could I keep in touch with you? Because that person might be open 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, right? So don't be worried about that. Just say, hey, that's no problem. Can I keep in touch with you? And keep in touch with that person. If somebody says yes, great. Then you recruit them, you sell them, etc. So these are the quick tips I wanted to share with you guys today. Hope you got value from this. If you did, please do feel free to share this video. You'll be doing me a massive favor. And if you'd like more awesome training, click on the link in the description of this video and you'll find more cool stuff there. Bye for now.